Today, we're stepping through a magical wardrobe and into the enchanted land of Narnia.
And today we're making the delicious Turkish delights from the croque necklace of Narnia.
Whole new world hidden behind a wardrobe. This is the film for you, based on the C.S. Lewis beloved novel.
It's done. Now we have it back here.
Yep, I will heed on the side of caution and use a fork this time.
Yeah, you go ahead and do that. Hey everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Film and Flavor. I'm Zain Hasan.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Ahmed Zayani.
Today, we're stepping through a magical wardrobe and into the enchanted land of Narnia. We're talking about the 2005 fantasy epic, The Chronicles of Narnia, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, directed by Andrew Adamson.
If you've ever wondered what it would be like to discover a whole new world hidden behind a wardrobe, this is the film for you. Based on the C.S. Lewis beloved novel, it's a timeless story about four siblings, Peter, Susan, Edmund, and Lucy, who find themselves transported to the magical land of Narnia, where they meet with talking animals, a white witch, and a majestic lion who is more than just a king.
Exactly. Narnia is a land filled with magic, adventure, and danger, but it's also a place where the children discover their own courage and strengths. I think one of the reasons this film resonates with so many is that it's not just a fantasy adventure, it's also a story about personal growth and doing what's right, even when the stakes are high.
Map in your heads.
That's because our heads have something in them.
I wish he'd just listened to the DLF in the first place.
DLF?
Dear little friend.
Now, tell me, Zain, I think this probably came early into your movie fandom, right? And Narnia came right when Harry Potter and other series of the ilk were hitting their stride, right?
Yeah.
How do you compare this to those series?
With Harry Potter, it's more of like focused on the magical aspect of it. I feel like with Narnia, it's more of an emotional film, I'd say.
Yeah.
They focus on their emotions a lot. So there's like the little girl, Lucy. Yeah, Lucy. When she first discovers Narnia, there's this expression on her face that's just so incomparable to me. Like like the way her face lit up.
Yep.
It just shows you how much they focused on the characters' emotions in that film.
Absolutely. For a lot of people, they will make the comparisons with Harry Potter with probably maybe even Lord of the Rings, but they're very different.
Completely.
There is a lot more subtext to the Narnia books and movies as well.
For sure.
The whole story plays as an allegory for religion, for the struggles of wartime, and you don't get that kind of depth with other films aimed at young adults.
As you said, it's like an allegory for religion, but that's what Narnia is.
Yeah.
It came out also during a time when like Harry Potter was at its prime,
Yeah.
Lord of the Rings as well. But they're all like completely different sagas, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
Do we call them sagas?
You can go with that.
Yeah, they're all different series, I
Oh,
guess.
let's go with epics actually. Epics.
Epics.
Yeah.
They're all three of them are all different epics, but I do understand why people confuse them because they do all have that like magical aspect, that magical world, magical realm, whatever you want to call it. But I think what makes Narnia stand out in a way, and this is coming from a person who truly loves the Harry Potter films, Narnia stood out to me because of the way they were able to make the films revolve entirely around children, and it's from a child's point of view. And we don't usually see that in films, not from like a child that's like Lucy's age. Lucy's like, how old? 6?
I think 7 or 5.
Yeah, so to see her discover that world, it's just, it was truly beautiful.
And it does have that element that I think we talked previously about it in Alice in Wonderland and The Wizard of Oz, is whether what you're seeing is it true or is it just in their heads?
Yeah, it's kind of like unreliable narration, but like in a film.
True.
So it's like, you know how it is in a book, where the narrator, you're not sure if what the narrator is saying is true or false, or if it's just all in their imagination. But it's like, this is just displayed to you in a film.
Oh yeah, and I love that it's not afraid to be scared towards kids.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't hold back on the more darker elements, which, I mean, this is a production of Walden Media, which is kind of novel for them because they're usually more safe in their approach to films. So I think that also helped in targeting maybe an older age demographic towards the film. So people like your age and my age get to enjoy this and appreciate it.
Yeah. I like the way the story explores themes like bravery, sacrifice, and redemption. It's so very powerful. For example, Edmund's journey is one of the most compelling in the film. At the start, he's tempted by the White Witch, who offers him power and sweets in exchange for betrayal. But by the end, he realizes the true meaning of loyalty and courage, which is a big moment of personal growth for him.
And let's not forget about the hero of the story, Hasan the Lion, voiced by Liam Neeson. Hasan represents so much in this story. He is not just the king of Narnia, he's a symbol of hope, sacrifice, and love. His character really embodies the moral and spiritual heart of the film, and when he makes the ultimate sacrifice for Edmund, it's one of the most emotional moments in the movie.
Definitely. Hasan's sacrifice is a pivotal point in the story, and it's so beautifully portrayed. The film does such a fantastic job of weaving these deeper themes into the fantasy adventure. The moments Hasan roars in the triumph as he returns to Narnia is just such a powerful symbol of hope and renewal.
Give the order. My men are still down there.
Speaking of Narnia, the world building in this film is incredible. From the snowy landscapes ruled by the White Witch to the lush green fields, every corner of Narnia feels rich and full of life. The attention to detail in the sets, costumes, and special effects is just stunning. It really pulls you into the magical world.
Totally. And the costumes, especially for characters like the Fawn, Mr. Tumnus, the White Witch, and Aslan, are so intricate and bring the magic of the story to life. And let's talk about the creature designs. Those centaurs, minotaurs, and talking beavers are so fantastical, and they really make Narnia feel like a place where anything can happen.
Let him first be shaved.
And the cast is fantastic as well. You've got a young, talented ensemble with William Moseley as Peter, Anna Popwell as Susan, Skandar Keynes as Edmund, and Georgie Henley as Lucy. They're all bring such heart to their roles. Their chemistry between the four of them nearly shines, especially when they come together to fight for Narnia's freedom.
Let us back up to one of the most memorable and chilling scenes from the movie. You know, the one when Edmund first meets the White Witch and gets a taste of the famous Turkish delight.
The Turkish delight scene is such an iconic moment. Edmund is vulnerable here. The White Witch is not just offering him sweets, she's offering him power, attention, and a sense of belonging. Turkish delight, of course, becomes a symbol of that temptation.
Exactly. It's not just about the candy. Turkish delight is almost like a metaphor for Edmund's weaknesses. The White Witch uses it to manipulate him, playing on his desires for love and attention. She promises him more in exchange for his loyalty, which is what leads to his betrayal of his siblings.
This is a pivotal moment in Edmund's journey. The White Witch lures Edmund into her grasp with the promise of endless treats, and of course, her offer of Turkish delight. So let us turn to our chef Ali Yosif, who will be making us some Turkish delights.
Hi everyone, I'm Chef Ali Yosif, and today we're making the delicious Turkish delights from the croc necklace of Narnia, the lion, the witch, and the wardrobe. To begin with, let's see what ingredients we have today. We've got rose water, it's an optional. I've got lemon, got food coloring, also it's an optional. Maybe you can use any other colors. I use red, I love red. And then we have cornstarch. Then we have pistachio. I got sugar powder or icing sugar. And then I have sugar and pomegranate juice. If you don't have juice, okay, it's okay, so you can use water or something. Let's start with sugar and juice. Try to put it on a medium heat so you don't burn it and it won't get too dry. Put it aside, save our time to do the base. Cornstarch. Then I'm gonna put the rest of the juice. Lemon juice, rose water, and let's mix it. Get to mix it and constantly because you need to get it thick. Put that to low. As you see, the base is getting ready. As you see, it's almost there, ready. Now, we're going to combine them all together with the sugar syrup right here. Combine it really well. Now it's almost ready. We're back to it. Let's add some coloring on it, red color. Now you see the big difference. Now we're going to add also pistachio, so you can have some pistachio inside it. Almost there, ready. Now about to put it in a baking dish or Pyrex, we call it Pyrex. Punishment pepper or baking pepper. Then this way. We leave it to cool down for about 15 to 20 minutes. And then afterwards, we're going to put it in the refrigerator for an overnight. We're back overnight. It's done. Now we have it back here. There it is. Stick out the parchment paper, baking paper. That's the texture of it. Perfect. Done cutting. Now we're going to coat it. Now we're going to coat it, coat them. That looks beautiful actually. And here it is, Turkish delights from the croc necklace of Narnia, the lion, the witch, and the wardrobe.
Welcome back. This looks incredible.
It really does, and I'm just so happy that we have our napkins here.
Yes. In case it gets messy.
This is definitely gonna get messy.
It is gonna get messy.
Do you wanna go ahead?
Sure. Why not?
You know, I will heed on the side of caution and use a fork this time.
Yeah. You go ahead and do that.
I do have a spotty record when it comes to these things. And all right, let me take a bite. And
I'm usually not a big fan of Turkish delights, only because they're just a little too sweet for me, and I'm more into the savory. Wow, this is very jiggly.
it is, right?
Very jiggly.
It's see, I'll say this. I love the flavor. The rose water complements the pistachios pretty well. I'm not that crazy about the texture though. It feels like a cross between Jell-O and maybe a rice pudding.
Although when you look at it from a distance, it kind of looks like meat.
It does.
Very meaty.
Yeah. For a moment there, I thought we were gonna do like a Korean barbecue.
Yeah, same.
I got excited.
Yeah.
But this is still good.
Very good. Yeah.
I would say that this, I can understand why a kid would be lured towards this. Because if I was, a 10-year-old boy in a magical fantasy land and a witch wants to steal my soul, this is how she's gonna win me over.
Yeah.
Something that's colorful, vibrant, and jiggly.
Yeah, she knew what to pick exactly to manipulate Edmund. So I thought that was very creative on the witch's part to get what she wants. She was smart for that.
Beyond these woods, you see those two hills? My house is right between them.
Speaking of which, which?
Which?
The performances that we had in this
Yeah.
were fantastic.
Very.
What is it, Kate Blanchett as the witch?
Was it Kate Blanchett?
No, it wasn't.
It's the woman from Doctor Strange.
Yeah, no, I keep mistaking those two. Yeah,
It's all right.
She was fantastic in the role.
Yeah.
She was absolutely fantastic. And then you had one of my favorite actors working today, James McAvoy as Tumnus. I don't know about you, but anything I see him in, I'm immediately captivated.
He is, yeah. He's an incredible actor.
Oh,
especially in Atonement. He was incredible.
His range is insane.
Very.
Honestly, if there's a fair world out there, he would have been definitely nominated at least for a lot of awards for Split.
Yeah.
And even his lesser work, stuff like last year's Speak No Evil, he was phenomenal in that. Even though the movie wasn't that good, it stood tall on his shoulders.
Yeah, he's a great actor. He's able to make a bad script turn into a good.
Susan,
This is Mr. Tumnus.
Come. We must hurry and search the castle. Peter will need everyone we can find.
And then we have the iconic voice of Hasan the Lion.
Liam Neeson, one of my favorite actors of all time. He is phenomenal. His range is phenomenal. Going from Voldemort to Schindler's List. I mean, going from Schindler's List to a character like Voldemort is.
Well, I mean, he wasn't
Oh no!
Voldemort.
Wait! No, sorry. That's Ralph.
Ralph Fiennes,
Yeah,
yes.
I'm sorry.
You know,
I gotta make it
I blame the sugar rush for us mistaking actors today.
He's always been confused with Ralph Fiennes. It's like an internet debate, like, because they look at and sound the same. So, sorry, that's my mistake on my part.
But I love the commitment.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, but Liam Neeson is an incredible actor. He played Qui-Gon in
Yes, he did.
Phantom Menace,
Yes, he did.
Star Wars. So going from Schindler's List to Qui-Gon, did I get that right?
Yes, he got absolutely right.
Yes, is incredible. He is an incredible actor.
Yeah, absolutely. Then Aslan, then he jumped to action in his late 50s to become an icon in that as well. And that voice, it has so much reverence, so much timbre to it, you know?
And especially going through what he went through in his life. I mean, losing his wife, who was also a known actress, I believe, the Parent Trap.
Yeah.
Forgot her name.
Forgot her name. We were bad with
We're
names,
bad with
aren't
names,
we?
yeah, but she's a phenomenal actress as well. And to just go through something like that and still pursue acting is just so shows you his determination.
Oh yeah, and man, honestly, I love the fact that he's still going. He still has that reverence to him. And for myself, I can't wait for whenever I see a movie of his in the cinemas again.
I'm sure there's an explanation.
It's my fault, really. I was too hard on him.
We all were.
sir, he's our brother.
I know, dear one. But that only makes the betrayal all the worse.
You know, the way the scene is shot, it's so deliberate and eerie. The snow, the pale colors, and of course, the way the White Witch glides towards Edmund, offering him this beautiful, glittering tray of sweets. It all feels very seductive and dangerous at the same time. And it's clear Edmund can't resist. He is enchanted, not just by the treats, but by her promises, and when she gives him the Turkish delight, you can see the immediate impact it has on him. It's like he's tasted something so special. He wants more. And that need for more becomes the hook that the White Witch uses to reel him in. It's such a powerful depiction of temptation and desire.
Yes, that's one of the reasons this scene is so memorable. It shows how easy it can be to fall into temptation when someone, especially someone like the White Witch, knows exactly what buttons to push. She's offering him what he wants, but she's also setting him up for betrayal. It's a brilliant manipulative tactic.
Exactly. It's interesting how the Turkish delight scene plays a key role in building Edmund's character. He's not inherently bad, but he's easily swayed by the promises of the witch. And that creates a lot of tension in the story. But as the movie unfolds, we see his growth and his eventual understanding of what really matters: loyalty, family, and sacrifice.
If you're in the mood for a fantasy epic that's not only visually stunning but also packed with emotion, The Chronicles of Narnia, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe is a must-watch. Whether you're revisiting it or watching it for the first time, it's sure to take you on a magical journey you won't forget.
Definitely. And with that, we'll wrap up today's episode of Film and Flavor. We hope this discussion has inspired you to revisit Narnia or maybe discover it for the first time. Thank you for watching and see you next time. Goodbye.